Welcome back to another episode of Cappuccino Chat, where we talk a little tech over a good cup of coffee. Now, today I'm talking with Tristan, the newest member of our team, who in his former life was a locksmith and is still a certified locksmith. So, unfortunately, we were recently broken into not too long ago, and Tristan and I were talking about, what happened and some things we can do, and he mentioned how easy it is to pick a lock. Now, I always thought, like maybe some of you have, that it's kind of a Hollywood thing, right? They put the little things in there and wiggle, jiggle, 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 and they're in, right? Makes it look too simple. But Tristan's going to show us now that it really is just that simple, right?
It can be. You do get what you pay for when it comes to locks. Generally, the more expensive a lock is, the harder it is to break into.
Okay.
The example we have here is a quick set deadbolt, which is probably on a lot of your houses. So
the standard Home Depot style.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
All
right. Let's demonstrate how easy this is. So while Tristan is doing this, and you're going to see it is locked. You'll see him using some tools of the trade here, whichever one he wants to use. There's a couple of them. He has the whole, Tom Cruise, all the different guys in the movies, little kit that opens up. That's real too, by the way. He has one. It's not just for the movies. Yes. So here we go. So the classic leather pouch tools and such. So we were recently broken into. Now,
there we go.
Wow. So he's already done. So see, it really is just that simple to unlock your lock where you might be. So now, in our instance, they broke through a glass front door. So our whole front door is completely glass. So they used some kind of tool or rod. I don't even know what it was. It wasn't one of the police punches or anything. And they literally broke the glass and walked right through. Now, as you can see, locks don't do much for you. So the next bet is
alarms.
An alarm system, right? So you would have thought our alarm system would have gone off. Nope, didn't go off. So the burglar actually came in multiple times. So we kind of talked too. It's kind of a layered approach, right? So
yes.
We've got some of your physical, which can be your locks, or some of the high-tech doors and entries have the key cards or fobs.
This stops someone from walking in off the street, right?
Yep.
So that's your first line of defense.
It's like your screen door in the old days when I grew up, not when you grew up.
Yeah.
Yes.
This stops someone just from walking in across the street and testing your door and opening it, The number one thing is to actually lock your locks. You'd be surprised how uncommon that is. Then the second thing is, if someone does break in, you want to make sure you detect that and you alert the authorities. So that's where the alarm system comes in. And then the last thing is you want safes or some secure storage that takes a long time for a burglar to get into. So the authorities are already on their way, the alarm's going off, the neighbors are alerted, and there's a safe or some other locked container that they have to deal with to get to what they want.
Or they'll just give up and say, forget this, the alarm's going off, it's not worth my time, I'm out of here.
Yes.
I don't want to get caught, right? So
exactly.
Unfortunately, what happened here is, again, ours did not go off. Now, it eventually did go off. When my wife walked through the front door and set her purse down on the desk, now the alarm decided to go off. So one of the things, kind of just like this, but one thing we always talk about cybersecurity, which is another highly interested topic for yourself. So security is Tristan's thing. So if you have any security questions, definitely get a hold of Tristan when you call in. But we talk about testing it and monitoring it and stuff like that, but we kind of forget about that when it comes to physical security. So one of the things I'm going to do now is I'm going to test my alarm system, once a month, once a quarter, to make sure that when it does go off, it actually does something. So something else that we sell here for physical security is security cameras.
Yes, security cameras are very important. Just like the alarm system, they're there to help you detect and investigate an eventual break-in, right? So if you have an employee who's, say, stealing from you, the alarm system won't catch that, but the security cameras hopefully do, right? Yeah. Or if someone does smash the window and run around and grab things off desks and run out before the police arrive, the security cameras can help you identify who it was, maybe what car they were driving, and help investigate further, but they're not preventative in of themselves.
Correct. They're just going to help when the cops show up, right? They're going to ask you, hey, do you happen to have any cameras? Might be able to help identify us. You'd be amazed, these police officers get to know people of interest, if you will, and a lot of times they know what they drive. They know kind of their average height, build, facial stuff, if you can't zoom in and see some of the stuff. Now, one thing with security cameras that's getting kind of interesting is we've all maybe seen some of the CSI programs, and they do all that magic and zoom in and nothing gets pixelated. But we know in real life, if you try that with some of the security systems, when you zoom in, you can't see anything. It's all grainy, like just you can't see anything. It's just a big blur on the screen. So with the newer technology that's out there, we are now actually getting 4K technology where we can do some of these CSI type things and zoom in and see people. So now you'll be able to see more facial recognition, if you will, that kind of stuff, and help identify the.
It's almost like having movie cameras on your ceilings.
A little bit. One thing to consider too when doing physical security is the placement of those cameras, right?
Yep.
So you don't want a lot of dead spots. If you do store valuable equipment in different areas, definitely want to have cameras covering that area, in and out kind of stuff, so you can see if somebody's holding something, grabbing something.
And another thing I thought about is the cameras need to be locked. The DVR is a device that thieves are looking for to steal. You break into some place, the alarm starts going off, your first question is, oh gosh, I'm caught on camera, the cops are showing up. Can I take the DVR so at least they don't have pictures of me, right? So that's make sure it's locked and secured as well.
Excellent point. So you do want to make sure that area is either locked in a secure cabinet, again, locked in a secure room, behind maybe another deadbolt that, yes, you can get by in, if you're Tristan, a matter of seconds. But it will slow other people down to have a chance. Another feature of some of the high-end cameras is they actually record onto a little SD card locally to all the cameras. So if they stole the NVR or DVR, a lot of those cameras you can if you want to put the cards in there, it will store the last however much data you got in there, hour or 2 hours worth of data on the camera. So you could go back to the camera and retrieve that information if there was an event. So it's kind of interesting where they're getting in. They're thinking more like the crooks, if you will, to help do this. So we got physical security. We've got our alarm system to help deter, which with alarm systems you mentioned to me before, posting signs, things of that nature that, you've got an alarm company and maybe you've got some security cameras.
We've always made it a habit of posting the wrong security company sign. So if you have, say, Simply Safe, you might put an ADT sticker on your window just to let people know there is an alarm. But some crooks are getting good enough nowadays where they, will know how to disable certain alarms, and you can trick them up sometimes like that.
Yeah, good point. Anything else that physical security we need to cover?
Just make sure you walk around and test things. Make sure, who has your keys, right? Key control is a big thing. Rogue employees are probably one of the biggest problems.
Okay.
Make sure you've tested your alarm system and it works properly. And make sure that all your valuables are locked away when you're not around. That's about it.
Yeah, anything we can do to slow them down again until authorities get there, or make it so much of a pain for them that they're like, it can't be worth it, never mind, I'm giving up and I'm going home for the day.
You got to think in layers.
Got to think in layers,
yeah.
Kind of like a castle. So that's it for this episode of, one more thing actually. So this is Cappuccino Chat, where we talk a little coffee, talk a little tech over a good cup of coffee, I should say. So, and we have our espresso machine here in the office. So Tristan, what kind of coffee do you like?
I like generally a light or medium roast with like fruity flavors sometimes.
Okay. Cream and sugar?
Oh yeah.
Cream and sugar. All right.
I like to say I like my coffee, or I like my milk with coffee, right?
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Well, so you guys know me. I like a good cappuccino or a latte or something with a good dark roast. That's kind of my favorite. So now, until next time, thank you for watching Cappuccino Chat. We'll see you next time.